Yes, it's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show. And on this episode, Big Chief's heading to Johnson City, Tennessee. Let's get on the road. More when we get there. Look, Mom, on top of the world. I came up here and I'm looking for the address to where the record show is, but I don't see any records up here. I guess I just got to keep on going. Because as of now, this ain't it. Stop number 1. North Carolina Vinyl Picker. I keep my finger off of there. I'm at the show. Yeah, time to go inside and see what it's all about. It's a really nice day. Looking forward to going inside. I'm going to do a flip for you. See you soon. Good morning, boys and girls. It's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show. And on this episode, we're going to do a deep dive into Marillion and show you all the things that I have of my favorite band. An hour before it's dark and F Everyone and Run. You should be listening to those 2 albums because it's pretty much the state of the world at this moment. Yes. Also, I got to go to Harvest Records yesterday. I met the one and only VC member, Alex Dickey. Couldn't believe it. He showed up there at Harvest Records. We had a nice long chat. Very nice guy. We had a nice talk and talked about the world in general and state of music and Harvest Records and all different kinds of things. I took no pictures. I took no video. I took nothing. But I did get to meet the one and only Alex Dickey. And maybe I will be able to see him in Johnson City on the next record show. And at that time, I will do a interview with Alex and we will have some pictures and photos and stuff. So there you go. I'm out here in the park today. It's a beautiful day. It's 64 degrees. I'm going to do a couple miles walking around here. Got to get my exercise in. Then I got to go to Wally World and grab a few things like some fruits and vegetables and whatnot. And I think I'm going to make some pork chops tonight, some fried taters, and maybe some steamed broccoli. How's that sound? So let's go on with our walk, and then this is how I'm going to lead off my show today. I'll take some video here of the park. I've done it before. It's very nice. I'm down in Morganton, North Carolina. So 2 minutes in, let me go ahead and get going on this 2-mile hike or walk, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's a walk here. It's not a hike. And we'll be catching up with you here shortly. Stay tuned. Good evening. It's time for the second part of the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show. And my Yankees lost today. That was their game to lose, let me tell you. So, not happy about that. But anyway, we still got the best record in baseball. So, last Sunday, a week ago already, I've had these records piled up here. I went to the record show in Johnson City, Tennessee. It's up and over the Smokies and on the other side. And it's just beautiful up there. I would love to live up there. But anyway, yeah, we had a great time. And I got all these records, and I showed them to you last week, a little bit of a tease, and told you had to wait a week to get see them. It was an outstanding show. I went up there by myself. I didn't really meet anybody up there that I knew, except for the vendors, of course. I saw a few of them. But let's get into it. So I got a few things. I got a couple 45s, and I couldn't pass these up. These were $1 a piece, and this is Chicago from the second album, Color My World, I believe. I think one side is a song from the first album, and the B-side is a song from the second album. So we got Beginnings and Color My World. And I think that's 45 is pretty cool for $1. I wasn't going to leave it on the table. Genesis Misunderstanding. terrible song, but I wanted to get the 45 of that for $1, and it's got Behind the Lines on the back, which is a better song. And this 10-inch was there, and the guy had $15 on this, I think. I think I got him down to like $8. And this is Marillion, my favorite band of all time, you know. My special on Marillion is going to be next week. I had to postpone it a week. So I got so much here to show you. I don't want to go too long. Plus, I got that other. I went to the park today, and that's going to be in the beginning. And then, you know. So this is Dry Land and Waiting to Happen, Easter and Sugar Mice. And this was a 10-inch. So that's pretty cool. I never seen this before. And for that price, I wasn't going to leave it. I already said that once, didn't I? I'm going to save my one of my holy grails for the end. It's a grail. I never thought I'd get it. I never even thought I'd get a CD of it, let alone an LP of it. So, yeah. Pink Floyd's final album with Roger Waters. I heard this sucks. I don't know. Well, we'll see. I think I've only heard this one time before. So we'll give this a listen and see, but I'm going to put it in the prog bin, and I may give it a listen first, and then I'm going to put it in the prog bin, and away we go. So yeah, this is the final album with Pink Floyd with Roger Waters before he departed. Brian Auger, I've seen this there for, I think I paid $10 or $12 for the Floyd. I got the guy down to, I bring a certain amount of money, and then once that's gone, I leave. I don't, so you didn't used to, but real quick, when I used to go to these record shows a year, 2 years ago, I didn't try to get him to come down on the price. So if he has like 2 records I want, I try to get him to, take at least $5 off. And then, so far it works. Every time you go to a dealer and you ask them, and then they usually come down off the price a little bit, 15, 20% sometimes. So that's more money in your pocket, so you can keep on going in before you got to leave, unless you have unlimited funds. But I don't have unlimited funds, so I just bring a certain amount, and then I don't go back to the money wall. So, yeah, it all worked out. I got quite a bit for what I did. So, my dogs are going to bark now. They're always barking. So Brian Auger, real nice. This was like $5. This was a no-brainer. I love Brian Auger, and I love all his records, his early stuff, his middle stuff, his late stuff. One of the founders of Fusion. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Now this here is pretty cool. This here is a white label promo, and the guy had, what did he have on this? I think he had $25, and I told him I'd give him 20. Look at that. This thing is like minty mint. There's not a scratch or any blemish on this thing. Of course, it's 3 records. It's I used to have this on 8-track back in the day in my old white Oldsmobile, and I would cruise around town thinking I was the coolest of the cool. Yeah, I did do all that. So I'm going to put all this away. So yeah, so I was glad to get the ELP. I'm glad there was nobody else there that wanted it. And I was probably one of the oldest people at the show. So, there was people lined up pulling out Taylor Swift all day long, but they just went right past that ELP like, who's that? Okay, so then I seen this there, and this was a $5 pickup. This is a 12-inch of Biko, and this was on my list to get. And there was a guy in the next booth over who had one for $25, and I paid $5 for mine. Alan Holdsworth. This album's called Metal Fatigue. Very nice record. I'm looking forward to playing this. Got some really good jazz people on this thing. North Carolina Final Picker. Take 3. Third part of my video. I had to stop them dogs from barking. Alan Holdsworth. Metal Fatigue. My best friend in the world who lives up in New Jersey. He's always been my best friend. And it's Metal Fatigue, and he told me one time that there's too many chords or too many notes in Allan Holdsworth's music. Some people, like my nephew, tells me, you remember too much. Steve Morris, high tension wires, another $5 pickup. I had this on CD. This is a burner, man. Steve Morris is unbelievable. I think he played with the Dixie Dregs too. He's just, man, what a freaking pickup. And this is during the CD era. And the guy had $3.99 on there, on both of that and the Holdsworth. And I said, how much are these records? He said, $5 a piece. I said, oh, okay. He had $3.99, and the other one he had $6 written on there. So he didn't know what he had or what he wanted to do. How about Bee Gees? Anybody out there love the Bee Gees? This is Odessa, and I believe this is the album that Robin Gibb left when they were making this, and then that's when they had that big brouhaha, and they split, and then they did Cucumber Castle. I know a little bit about the Bee Gees. I don't like the disco Bee Gees too much, but I like their older stuff. And the album I had this before, this has got the felt front. I had this before. I got it at a record show maybe 2 years ago. Brought it home, had 2 of the first albums in it. Side A, Side B of album number 1, and I had Side A, Side B of another number 1 album. So I didn't have the second album. So I just threw that in the bin, and I won't be selling it in my store, but it's in the leftover box. And I got myself a new copy of Odessa so I can play it. I think I paid $8 for this. He had 15 on there. I said, I'll give you 8. He said, see you later. So there you go. Don't forget to try to bring him down. And here was the banger of the day. I was going through Mike's records, and he's got a store. I can't remember the name of the store, but it's in South Carolina, and I'm sure he don't watch my show anyway. But anyway, regardless of that, he always has the best of the best stuff as far as English rock, progressive rock, stuff like that. And the vinyl ambassador told me always check and go through his stuff. So I usually just go through the prog section, but if you go through the rock section, some of that time, some of the stuff slips through. But this was in the prog section. Second album, I did a flip on it about a week ago. There you go. Battlement. This is Neuschwanstein. Look at that. Pretty good, huh? This is an album that sounds like a lot like Genesis. Let me tell you that. This was late 70s, so this would have been like around the time of Wind and Weathering, maybe right after Hackett left. But this album here is, man, between this one and Unifon, I don't know which album is more like the like Genesis. Did I say the Yankees? Like Genesis. I got the Yankees on the brain. We got 162 games. The Yankees right now are what? They're 12-4. Oh my gosh, what a start! So there's lots of stuff in my store too. I haven't had a sale in like 2 days. So if you're looking for something, there'll be a link down below to go to Big Chief Vinyl 57 at Discogs, and have all your needs there. I got CDs. I got CDs out the kazoo. I got LPs. I got 45s. I got 8-tracks. I got cassettes. I got VHS tapes. I got Blu-rays. I got 2 boxes of movies that I don't know what I'm going to do with. So I don't watch those things anymore. So I watch too much baseball, I guess. And these albums here came in the mail. I'm trying to wrap this thing up, boys and girls. Snowball Defroster. Again, John told me about this. And I got this album, man. Another sad story. About, I don't know, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, I found a copy on Discogs. Got it for like $10 with shipping. You know, I was all excited. I've never really heard this album, like maybe on a CDR once. And I was told I need to get it. Royal Brighton is on here from Nectar. Did I say that? Royal Brighton. He's on here from Nectar. And this album's pretty good. There's a couple stinkers on here, John, but for the most part, it's a good, really good album. I'm going to have to spin this again. I gave it a spin already. And the first time I got it in, it was cracked in half. The album was cracked in half. I got my money back. This was like 6 months ago. This time it came in and it's fresh. It's nice. And I listened to it and I love it. And I'm happy to get it. Got a few more here. So I'm always looking. Every night I sit down and I'm looking. If I ain't doing genealogy or talking about the Yankees, I'm looking for records that I can get a good deal on. Cheap. That's the number thing. You want to be cheap. If you collect a lot of records, you got to be cheap unless you're a millionaire. A millionaire. Want to be a millionaire. Rupert Hine. Rupert Hine, multi-instrumentalist, producer, and he's recently passed away. But Phil Collins was on a lot of his records, and these records are really good. And he also produced a band called Cafe Jacques, which had members of Brand X and Phil Collins on there. And also, what's that other band? They did an album called Nova. The album Vimana and Blink, those two albums. There's Percy Jones on there from Brand X, and Morris Pert and Phil Collins. They're all on those. Most of the Rupert Hine albums, you'll find Phil Collins on there, and you'll find Morris Pert, Percy Jones, Robin Lumley. You know, all the normal suspects from the old Brand X in the beginning. Take 4. I got a phone call in or something, and I canceled it, and I lost the signal. The Soft Machine, hopefully that taped and kept it in there. The Soft Machine, this is a awesome Canterbury band. I got this in the mail. I sold a few records, and I got this, and looking forward to this. This was their very first album with Robert Wyatt and all them. Very good stuff, and I picked up this promo online. Oh, no, I got this from Patrick. That's right, the Vinyl Archivist. That's where I got the Rupert Hine, too. He had a sale on the vinyl community. Patrick, PB Foul. And this was a promo of 3 Sides Live and white label promo. So that's a nice one. And I got one left. I saved this one to the end. Renaissance. A promo, white label promo of one of my favorite albums of all time, Renaissance Live from Carnegie Hall, around, 75, 76, somewhere around there, right in the middle of Prague Day. So when Prague was really hot, and then it just crashed and burned. So, and then it came back again. And that's what my show is going to be about next week. We're going to talk about Marillion. A lot of people just, only thing that they do is they just listen to Phish. And there are some people that they only know the Hogarth years. But when they split, when it all happened after Misplaced Childhood and all that stuff went on, and then it was a total wreck. It was a total wreck, and Phish said that the band got too big. So, I don't know. It's a long time ago now. Hogarth's been up in front for about 30 years, hasn't he? But the people still can't get over it, you know. I know some people. They're hardcore Phish fans. Yeah, hardcore. They won't even listen to the new stuff. But their last 2 albums have been just incredible. A Marillion. So if you can, try to pick them up. Try to get them. F Everybody and Run is one of them. And then their most recent one. That's all I got for you. Hopefully that third part recorded so I can link them all together. And you can have an enjoyable evening watching the North Carolina Vinyl Picker. And if you like my show, and if you want to know when next time I'm coming on, click that button and hit the bell. A lot of people don't like the bell. They don't want the bell. They don't want to be noticed, or they don't want. I want the bell. Just give me the bell. If you can't do anything else, just give me the bell. Or give me the check. Give me the sub. Subs are free. They don't cost nothing. And then I'll come and bug you every week, and we can chat for about 20 minutes. I'm about out of here, and if you can, support them troops. We need them more now than ever. We'll be talking to you soon. North Carolina Vinyl Picker, what do I always say? What? I'm out.